So the second tip I'm going to give you, coming from the insurance industry, is that, as you can see, a lot of you guys are going into the assessment stages, the underwriting stages, the quantification of the risk, which is really, really important. But one of the things that we see in the insurance industry is right now that the underwriting done by the insurance industry is basically done on a snapshot approach. So everything is being looked at before the insurance starts because of regulation, and we cannot amend the policy whilst it's in its process. So one of the things that we're looking in the future, and insurers are looking in the future, is some devices that will help them maintain a certain level of certainty in those clients, even without interfering in their day-to-day business. I'm saying that because in the next presentation I have some kind of a personal involvement in producing this product, and I'm happy to invite Aviv Abramovich, which will basically launch a product that AIG, Checkpoint, and Howden have developed together. Aviv Abramovich is a leading security service product portfolio for small, medium businesses, telecommunication, and carriers at Checkpoint Software Technologies. In his 22 years tenure at Checkpoint, Aviv held the key senior management roles in product management, sales engineering, and R&D. Aviv is personally involved with several large mobile carrier security projects and established the research and analysis and threat vulnerabilities at Checkpoint. Before joining Checkpoint, Aviv served in the elite military technology unit. Aviv has extensive experience in business strategy, product management, software engineering, and IT security. Aviv holds a BSc degree in computer science and accounting from Tel Aviv University. Aviv.
Thank you, everybody. It's a pleasure to be here. As Shai said, I have a long tenure at Checkpoint. And I can share with you that cybersecurity is something I've been dealing with most of my adult life, if not all of my adult life. And before I get into details, and we heard a lot about risk and assessment, but at the end of the day, it's about people. And we are living in a wonderful world with lots of technology. How many of you have checked your emails since this conference started? Probably all of you, come on, admit it. I've been checking it all along. And we know that the technology also brings a lot of risks. So we heard how the world is changing. And I want to start by just offering you one name, Elaine Herzberg. I don't know if anybody heard that name. That's the first person, unfortunately, been killed by autonomous cars. Now, those of you who are working in insurance, you are in for a challenge, I think, the ride of your life. I'm just sitting here thinking, how the heck can you insure an autonomous car? Like, who are you going to blame for the accident? Is it the driver? There's no driver. It's definitely not the passenger or the bystander. This is very, very challenging. Can I blame the manufacturer? Maybe. Maybe the developer who wrote the software, who made the decision. Who knows? This is, I think, a challenge yet to be answered. But I want to move to this. Those of you who are in cyber security probably have seen this. Those of you who don't, this is Wannacry. So we talked about a lot about NotPetya, but Wannacry has actually celebrated its first anniversary only months ago. Started in May. I want you to notice a few things. This is actually a photo from a train station in Germany. Look at how the attackers are making it very easy and accessible for the individual. First of all, if you're in Germany, they've translated all the instructions into German, so it will be very super simple for you. They teach you here about bitcoins, and you can see how you can buy bitcoins and other things. And if you're still in trouble, there's a contact us button. Yeah, so very, very honest and helpful. By the way, they will answer. If you click and contact them, they will answer you and they will help you get out of this situation. It's in their best interest. And I want to share with you, we talked a lot about small businesses, and I don't know much about insurance, and Shah has been guiding me, has been a mentor for me about insurance, but I want to share with you some statistics from the cyber world. Those of you who are not familiar, there is a report every year, very interesting report. I think most of the people in the cybersecurity are aware of it. It's called the Data Breach Investigation Report by Verizon. This is the 11th year they release it. It's a super interesting read. And if you're into this world, if you're just starting your stages in cybersecurity, read through it. I want to take two key statistics out of this report. By the way, it's a report being contributed by all vendors, not just Verizon. It's based on actual data breaches and incidents researched by pretty much all security vendors around the world, Check Point included. So two key statistics. 58% of the malware attacks are targeted at small businesses. That is evident from the report. And the other one that is less evident, and I actually had to calculate it, 79% of attacks on small businesses, and by their definition, a small business is 1,000 employees or less. 79% of attacks were actually ended up in a confirmed, what they call confirmed data breach, meaning the attacker actually managed to get what they were hoping to get, while only 2% success rate on large enterprises, organizations beyond 1,000 employees. Now think about that statistics for a second. If you're an attacker, if you're a hacker, where are your best chances? Your best chances is actually going after those small and medium businesses. And you ask yourself, why does this keep happening? I think we've said it, and some of my predecessor speakers have said it. It's a problem about awareness, skill, and budget. And I've been doing security, as I said, most of my adult life, and I had the opportunity to pick and choose my topic at Check Point. This is a privilege you get after so many years. And I've actually picked small business security. Check Point is known to be an enterprise security company, but I realized the main problem with security is people. And I think Dorit have said it, it's very hard to hire people. And I like to give her some comfort. I don't know if it is a comfort. It's not just hard for her to hire skilled security people. It's hard for everybody. So I've been talking to and meeting thousands of customers around the world. Some are super large, and I can assure you that they are struggling to hire good security people. So there's a problem with awareness for small businesses because they go about their day-to-day business worrying about what are they going to do, how are they going to finish the project, what else they're going to need to do today, and they don't think about security. They don't have the skill, and we know they don't have the budget. So in order for cybersecurity to be successful, it must be accessible to all businesses in all sizes. And here Shai, do you like to help me out with this slide? Please.
So basically, when we look at cyber insurance, one of the big issues that we have globally is that the insurance industry is very concentrated now on insuring big businesses. So imagine if we take this analogy, the insurance industry right now is insuring only the Porsches and the Maseratis of the world. It doesn't make sense, because we need the Subaru, we need the Toyotas, we need all the small risks that in order to get the spread. It is very difficult for us to just find, because when we do the large risks, we have a lot of risk, we take bigger limits of liability. The process takes long, so the process takes us between 6 months, 4 months, 3 months, depending on what the size of the organization is. And at the end of the day, like I mentioned in my presentation, we have very little experts in this industry, so we're always looking for experts. If you take the next, okay,
Okay. I think I met Shai, I think was over a year ago now, when we first started discussing about this initiative. And what we realized is we realized the only way forward for both cybersecurity, cyber insurance, small businesses, everybody really, is to actually team up. And we decided, with the help of Howden, we decided to team up with AIG and offer this combined solution. It's a pre-certified solution. So we talked a lot about risk assessment and how you assess risk. You can do it, or some of it, ahead of time. By evaluating this product that AIG certified, they know what it's going to do, they know what security is going to provide, they can estimate the risk that they have as an insurer. And for us, we want to make it very easy and simple to join, because Shai talked about complexity of assessment and filling forms, and we need to make it super simple. So the first thing that I learned coming to Checkpoint dealing with small businesses is simplicity is important, is the key. If it's simple for anybody to understand, for the lawyer, doctor, architect, bakery, to understand what are they getting, what they need to do, what is their conditions, they will actually join, they will understand the value, and they will sign up. So I think making security simple and affordable, it's really the key for us. Shai, do you want to add a few words?
And the next slide.
Okay. So the result, there you go.
Okay, so let's take a small, medium business. Let's take a law office. Definitely a law office with maybe 50 people, 70 people. The way that he wants to purchase cyber insurance today, he calls up an insurance broker. An insurance broker sends him a long form with 32 questions. Out of them, 20 questions are technological. Surely with 50 people, you don't have an internal IT team, or you don't have internal people, so you take out the questionnaire, you send it out to external person. He's a busy guy, he answers the question, he brings it back to you. The process becomes so long and so tedious, and there's so many things in the middle that you get. And in the end of the day, when you take an insurance broker and you say, okay, go out and sell insurance to those guys, you know, they law office, they need insurance like the big operations need insurance. But then you say, okay, these guys will buy $1 million of cover. The $1 million of cover will probably cost them between $4,000 to $6,000. That means that for $4,000 and $6,000, I want to waste my time, or I want to use my time better selling bigger organizations. So this is the key factor that when we came to Checkpoint and to AIG, we said, guys, let's find a way for you, the insurance company, to have certainty in the level of security that these guys have, not just in the beginning, not just as I mentioned in the initial stages of underwriting, but on a yearly basis, because we underwrite on a yearly basis. So along the year, you'll have some kind of a certainty on the level of security that they're having, because Aviv will tell you a few things about the technical issues of the device that we've got. But basically what we will see in the future is we'll see more and more, and I encourage you people that are sitting in the room looking forward, I encourage you to develop technological products which are embedded with insurance. Because the future of our industry is no longer going to be divided between technology and insurance. It's going to be one thing. It's going to be embedded. And the more we embed technology and insurance, the better we will have the insurance, the security and insurance of our clients.
Thank you so much. And one last request that I have for you before I complete this session is we actually developed a quick assessment tool that is really designed for everybody to use, your mom, your dad. And we encourage you to tell your customers, to tell the people you work with to try it. It's called CP Check Me, so you can just go to cpcheckme.com. We actually have two of the architects of this solution. You can do it from your phone as well, so you are allowed to take out your phone and try and do it. It will give you a quick assessment, very simple to understand, and the state of your cybersecurity. So with these combined tools, we hope to simplify cybersecurity, cyber insurance to everybody and make it accessible. This is really the key. And the wider it is, the more used it is by the greater public, then the better all of our lives will be. Thank you. Thank you.